And we're live.
We're live. Whoa! That caught me by surprise. Welcome to the Amigos and Co. That was a little stealth sliding in the DMs there from Mr. Vandal, because he's currently hosting because my computer is a piece of shit. And I'm okay with saying that on the stream. Hello to everyone. Welcome. Thank you for coming for Monday/Tuesday. Dave, that was, Steve, that was, that's clapping in sign language. That's amazing. Welcome to Legion Vapes from Northern New South Wales with the most stupendous beard you've ever seen. And we want everyone to make Steve feel awkward because he is wearing earbuds today for the very first time in internet history, and he hates it, but we demanded it as part of the show. We demanded it. But also, hello to the most emo Vandal I've seen in a long time. Check out that. Yeah, he was checking out the latest edition of Dragon Ball Z just prior to the stream going on.
I was telling Adam before the stream that I look like that Asian kid that doesn't sound Asian, but he watches like all the extreme sports. He's like, "Yo, dude, you got any Mountain Dews left?" Like, what's up, man? So apparently I'm Asian now, and so yeah, that's all I got.
Well, last week you were Mexican, this week you're Asian, so
It's different shit, same.
You're going around the world.
Travel the world.
Nice.
Right, yeah.
But we are running a little bit of a weird thing because OBS Streamlabs can eat all of the buckets of D's currently with all their updates, and Microsoft and Zoom. They don't like each other at the moment, and not happy, Jan. I had the full anger. I had like an hour and a half of rage, and I'm trying to calm down, trying to centralize my spirits and my third eye. Yeah, but if everyone can tell us if you can hear us okay and all that sort of thing. It's a little bit weird, a little bit of potatoes. Wouldn't be an Amigos without some potatoes, but welcome, and thank you for hanging out with us.
I think we should just change the name of the show to Potato Soup.
Ooh.
Potato Soup.
And who doesn't love a good hearty potato soup?
Yeah.
Indeed, indeed. We would like to do the buffets. Tell us what you're eating and drinking and vaping.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start
Which one?
All of them. All of them.
Yeah, so anyways, so you guys know I am the Amigos in chat today, so if I say anything weird, it's me, it's not Adam, don't get your hopes up. Number two, what I'm vaping on is the Topside Duel. When I've unfortunately ran out of Mr. Hoggetts Yoggetts, I can never get it right in the first try. I'm like a video game character trying to read lines. I got Mitch's fucking blue Raz bubblegum in here, and it's pretty fucking delicious. It's great to wash down after the lemonade. Besides that, I do have my evil pods that everyone thinks is going to take over vaping with some Anarchist White and some Anarchist, more bubblegum. But yeah, that's what I got, yeah. Oh, wait, Adam, I like your, I don't know what those are called. What, side caliburns?
Side caliburns. Yeah, I'm running side saddle caliburns. Yeah, I should do that. Side saddle. So there you go. That's because I'm hip with all the street vernacular. I'm just going to do my buffet because I'm going there. I've got a little bit of coffee today. A little bit of you don't know nicotine. It's not nicotine in my mug. I wouldn't do that. A little bit of coffee going on there. The Juggernaut V2 on an Odin has a little bit of strawberry cookie from Sad Boy. I've been vaping a lot of Sad Boy lately. It's one of those things. I also have Sad Boy in here. This one is the custard cookie in the Blotto, which I decided to pull out the first time I've vapped in a long time. That is also on an Odin. The black and white edition DHD tipped K-Fun Light 2019 on the Onigin R from Madbeard Mods, the most beautiful device that I own. That is a staple and stunning. That one has a little bit of this bearded dude Mr. Eric Vinyl and Vapor Deep Cuts. That is way out of focus. Let me pull it back and it's even more out of focus. PB Party in your face hole. But also the banging device, the Snowcap Mods Denali 21700 hashtag Snowcap Nightmare. That is a Nightmare 25mm in black with another DHD tip on there. In there I have a bit of Prohibition syntax, and that's pretty boring because that's basically been my buffet for the last 5 or 6 live streams. So yeah, I'll get up in that with some pods too. There's some random stuff. 2 Caliburns, the old one and the new one. There you go. Stephen, what are you vapping?
I'm going to flip things around, break with tradition. I'm going to start with the pods. I am running the Sky Kit still. The review for this should be up tomorrow. This has got that redback juice, pomegranate and apple. Nice kit, but even better juice. And then something different. I was it a couple weeks back. I said someone asked me I'd never reviewed a Boo product, or recently they don't know who I am. I don't get their new stuff. They got in touch with me. They sent me a package, so I've got a couple of their things. The V8 Pro little pod system, surprisingly nice for a basic, simple, straightforward draw to inhale device. Really, really nice vape from this. Lovely, lovely flavor, and nice and restrictive without being like sucking a watermelon through a straw. It's really nice. In there, I've lost the cap, but it's sugar bean from Priority Blends, which I also have in the bigger boy, the Drag XS.
1.5 LE comp spec revision.
One of them. I'm not going to heavily review this because this has been out for a while, but they came together in a box, so I'm giving them a good try. And what came in just this morning, I've only been using it for half the day, has really been a nice vape, but it's really familiar, especially since I'm vaping this thing. This is, I can't remember the name of the company, but it's called The Witness. It's kind of like a steampunk Drag X. It's got the little thing on the side. It's got the removable pod. In fact, I discovered this.
Wait, what? What did you just do then?
Cross the pods.
Oh, interesting.
Fully interchangeable, fully compatible. Had a nice long conversation with the wife about what actually defines a clone. She's like, "That's a clone." No, it's not a clone because it doesn't look like it, but it's kind of almost there. Yeah, but The Witness, if you wanted a Drag S and you wanted it to be really shiny and steampunky, this would be the one. But yeah, performance has been kind of nice. And in here I got strawberry something, so that's got to keep me coming back to it.
Strawberry something, indeed. Very tasty.
Very.
So you don't have
On
to
top
wear
of that,
like no protection.
I've
You
got
just switch it.
2 more things. I of course have the official branded Legion Vapes cup. You can get those from my merch store, filled with nice black coffee because that's my bag day in, day out. But when it's hot and it's sweaty outside, you must hydrate. I am not sponsored. I am not affiliated. I have no stickers, but still, hydrate.
Good idea.
And that's it.
Nice. It was a nice hand check of moisture in a bottle there from Stephen.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. There's we don't have a huge amount of things that I was going to bring on the what do you call it, the agenda today, because yet again I'm trying to stay away from the news a little bit. But yeah. I did see some stuff that's going on in New York. If we were talking a little bit of advocacy for the moment, the state of New York trying to slip in a little something in the into the legislation. I saw Stefan Didak make a post, and I just can't believe it. No, they're just continually trying. But how to define hypocrisy? You can't see that, but that is a fair bit of writing that's basically trying to outlaw e-liquid for any device, but they term it as electronic liquid. electronic liquid, because that's where all the nanotechnology is, and Bill Gates is involved with GPS tracking, I'm sure. But they're trying it again, and yes, I'm pretty sure that Bloomberg and Cuomo are actually aliens, the same symbiotic being, and I think someone should send in the SWAT team and get rid of them.
Well, I just want to say, if you feel bad about Bloomberg doing this, just remember he spent over $500 million to fucking lose. So, I mean, that's a plus on our side. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, money well spent, in my opinion.
I don't want to sound ageist in any way, but if we could just wipe out all the boomers and all the Karens in one fell swoop, we could, start making some progress. Seriously, just get rid of the boomers. Electronic liquid.
Yeah, it was worded very wrong. Let me bring that up. I'll have a quick squeeze again. I'm done.
Well, what I think I'm not on the whole aspect of genocide like Legion, but I do think that maybe if we actually got some fucking media that wasn't full of shit and sensationalizing everything, it might be a little bit better. It's like you can notice how like you'll follow certain news groups, and I understand news organizations lean one way or the other, whether it's politics or certain moral aspects and stuff. But you will notice a huge difference in between how they project stuff and everything that you see. You never see this, a cute puppy dog saves this baby anymore. You see a cute puppy dog ate this baby now. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's all you see. And so now, like, when you sit at home all the time, and I'm not saying that this is all boomers, but mostly it's a retired age of people, they're sitting at home, and all they're doing is what they told you not to do when you were their child, sitting in front of the fucking TV, and then feeding it all into themselves, and then they're getting angry when it's like, the coin flipped, and now they're the ones that are being brain rotted by TV, you know what I mean? And it's kind of fucking funny to see.
Mm-hmm. Not the real Gerard Butler commented on my post, and he was saying, tryhail.com, for those that don't already know about Mr. Bloomberg's device, but that's it, tryhail.com. We should send some viruses to that website and try and break into the server. Did I say that out loud? Yes, I did.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, but no.
Yes, yes, but no.
Yes, please do that, but no, we're not advocating that. But please, if you can, if you could do that, we're not saying to do that. But we'd like that. Just making sure we're all covered on the legal basis here.
Yeah.
And also, I just want to take exception to what Chris said. It's not genocide if you're killing people on age. It's only when it's like distinct racial groups.
Yeah, but see, I had to use the word genocide to get people involved.
I don't want to get people involved. I just want to wipe out the boomers.
I think that's what coronavirus tried to do originally, and then everyone was like, "Oh, we have medicine for it," and people started drinking bleach or whatever, and then they're still here. So.
Yes, we need more boomers drinking bleach.
No, oh my God.
On the subject of all of that, we watched a film last night here in this house, and I think it was called Death to 2020. It's a bit of a comedy spoof on Netflix about the year that was, and I completely forgot that there was a fair bit of tension happening pre-March, particularly in different parts of the world, and also that Australia was on fire, like an absolute incendiary place that it is, and I've just completely forgotten all the events in 2020 because COVID overtook everything, and some shit happened last year. Wow.
It has been an amazingly long, I want to say action-packed, but it's just like boiling. It's not action, it's just boiling all the way along. And yeah, I watched the same thing the other day, and it's like each section you get to, and you're like, oh yeah, that happened. Was that this year? And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm only 15 minutes into the movie. Like 20 minutes later, I'm like, we've been watching this for 3 hours? This feels so long. Yeah. There's so much that happened. It was insane.
Yeah.
But let's put that behind us.
Speaking
of Squonkus, if you're a boomer, that's okay. I forgive you. You can be in that token group that survives.
Did you read Mowgli's comment too? I hands down, I think that's comment of the night.
Yeah.
The 60-year-olds aren't boomers. No, 60-year-olds aren't boomers. 60-year-olds are like
he said this Gen
Xer.
Yeah, he said, what's this 60-year-old Gen Xer on about? Like,
Yeah, I'm Gen X.
Me too.
Gen X, and you know we can get rid of the millennials too. That's fine. I don't mind that.
I grew up in a trailer
Mainly
park. Does
because
that count?
I'm now old enough that I fucking don't get their memes.
The thing is,
Like seriously,
there's some memes out there that you're just not supposed to get, and they're made to make people like you mad.
yeah, I know that.
It's like memes in like 2011. It was like Bad Luck Brian, you know, smiling, and now it's like a cat and a pyramid, and it's like Illuminati. And so, what does this mean? What does this mean?
What does this mean?
What does this mean?
Yeah, my son is starting to get into games on his iPad, and he's using terminology that he's picked up online, and yeah, I'm starting to get very scared. So we're introducing the
adult filter. I mean, the parental filter.
yeah, well, it's still on the kids' games, but the chats, you know, he's still not quite at the reading stage yet. He can recognize words, but he's not, you know, like reading what's going on in the chat. So I'm always.
What games is he playing with a chat? And how smart is Albert? Holy crap! He's like 3.5 years old, right? No,
he's no, he's 5. He's 6 next year. But Roadblocks. There is a game called Roadblocks.
Oh, I love Roblox, and I'm gonna sound like a total creep, but I play the shit out of Roblox.
Yeah. Well, I'm scared to look at it even further than what I should. I should be a better parent and you know, make sure that I be a helicopter parent and see what's going on. But yeah, I'm starting to get scared. Has anyone got any feedback for me? Should I stop him from playing that?
I would stop him from playing games that he can open up like the socials like that, like because like just and not just because like you know you are protecting him of it, but there's no use for him to be a part of any of that at this point. Coming from a guy that has no kids, you know, I have some you know sage advice, but I would say I would get rid of anything with the social aspect because you're not able to control what he sees, and like I know you're not mind controlling father, but there's some shit you shouldn't see, like. I was 6 years old and I found my first stash of Playboys. I'm pretty sure it's about why I am who I am today. You know what I mean? And so I'm pretty sure he doesn't need to go down that route. You know, eventually he'll have to be 30 and do YouTube videos so he'll feel viable in the world. And it's just not the life to live.
Feeling pretty targeted right now, but Krusty Pickle has brought up Pog. Is that also very sketchy? Is that on the spectrum of shouldn't be played by children?
Yeah. Krusty Pickle. I don't see that one. Pog. But I think he might be talking. If he's talking about the things from the '90s, those little discs you used to get and used to stack them. I don't know if you guys had them in Australia or like whatever part of the world you were in.
I remember them,
Steve, at that point. But yeah, you used to slam them on the ground and you carry them around and like it looked like a medicine tube, you know. And they're all stacked up. And you're like, "What's up, dude? You got your Pogs?" Like, yeah. And they're like, "Oh man, you took my slammer."
Yeah.
I remember those. Everyone collected them. Nobody played.
Right.
No one played them. They just collected them.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Now there's a toy that's been out for a little while. It's a disc, a little urethane disc which you throw. That's what I really want, but I'm not paying $30 for one. Really want one of those. I don't know what it's called. There's a few, you know, rip-offs of each other, but it's a small urethane disc, usually in a bright color. They look amazing, and I want one.
And you throw them at like your wife?
You throw them to each other. It's like a throwing, you know, training tool. But when you throw them in a certain way, they will curve or you know, like do certain things. Yeah.
So it's like a plastic throwing star.
No, it's a disc.
So it's a round throwing star with a sharp edge.
No.
Go for the jugular.
Yeah. I'll catch it and just slice your thorax. Indeed, yeah.
So speaking of that, then I don't know if you got your question answered, but we hit some generations. We talked about this. If you don't mind me bringing it up, those toys that you used to see on TV like that when you were a kid. Which one was one you always, or like Steve, like you know, at the local bazaar and like with Jesus, because you're old enough to remember that. No, I'm kidding. But like, what was a toy that you guys remember that you never got? You thought was like probably the coolest thing you've ever seen?
Shogun Warriors.
Shogun Warriors. Is that the robots, right? You can control them?
No, this is going back before robot toys and remote controls. They were literally like this tall, Japanese warriors. I don't know.
Yeah. That's it.
So it's a fidget spinner?
No, it's a disc. It's a small.
Frisbee.
Well,
It's
a
a small
mini
frisbee.
one though. That's the size.
So my question is, how much is that?
It's 28.
Capitalism! You could get 30 frisbees at the dollar store for $1.
But it's not a
Don't
frisbee.
you have a used CD in your house?
Yeah.
Those are dangerous. No, this thing, it's awesome. You gotta, like, there was videos and you watch people throw them and, you know, they'll throw it along the ground and it'll rise up. You can do all sorts of crazy things with them. Can't believe I'm getting so frothed over a small piece of urethane.
Well, the thing is like, you're paying $30 for something that's like, that doesn't make sense to me. Well, you haven't bought it yet, but like, think about it, like, you for a full-size frisbee, okay, well, whatever they're calling it, for a full-size frisbee, it's like a couple bucks. And then they're like, hold on, bro, we heard you like frisbees, so we're going to make it way smaller and charge you 4 times the amount.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. I can't judge.
Yeah, there's another one.
I can't
one
judge.
for $7. $7 Australian.
So you have these like bookmark. Is this your Amazon wish list? Do you want to drop the link in the chat?
No, I just searched for it.
So it's okay. So Adam said, or Steve said he had the Shogun Warriors when he was younger. That was something that he wanted, never got. What was something that you got besides frisbees or besides tea plates?
Yeah, I was probably I'm the same with Tim. Transformers were a big thing for me. Yeah, Transformers, but I'd certainly surpassed that age that I should have stopped playing with Transformers, and I continued. That explains a lot about my personality. Yeah, Transformers.
So
you know, growing up, we never really had the money for that kind of thing. So whenever I'd get one, it was a big deal. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me personally, I would say it was those moon shoes that look like trampolines. You know what I mean? Where you could put your feet inside of it, and you walk around, and they had like that little bit of leeway, and you didn't really bounce, but you know, you felt like you were. Like those were always cool, and I remember because like I grew up, you know, stealing cable from the neighbors and stuff. My brother would always steal cable, so I always got Nickelodeon, but we didn't get Disney. You know, because that was like the top tier shit back then. So, anyways, I would have the moon shoes or whatever, or I had to see the commercials all the time. I'm not even lying. I'd have like dreams where I was like 6 years old seeing those TV, and I'd be like running with the moon shoes, like, ha, 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 ha. But unfortunately, I never got them. But it's funny though because I was talking about those around Christmas, and Delaine's dad, he's like 4 feet tall, and her sister-in-law just had a kid, and I was like, you could put him on your shoulders, Roy, and then you could walk into the grocery store and like buy beer because they're both like short, you know, but they make a full person. And then I also brought up that now I want to find moon shoes for him. Shogun Warriors are there on the screen.
See, I don't know them. How is it that I don't know them? How is that possible?
They are really like that's going way back. It's like 1975, 76.
Right.
And if you look at them,
They didn't really move too much, did they?
they don't move. They're not articulated. They're hollow. They're plastic. It's injection molded plastic. The eyes are painted on. All that stuff. They're pretty cheap and nasty.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
The fists were like, phew, they shot off, and then you lose them under the couch.
Nice.
And they were like really tall. Like when I was little, they felt so big. Like I went to friends' houses and they'd have them. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to go home and be like, I don't have cool things. I really got Hot Wheels.
This packet of salt is nice.
The worst thing about Hot Wheels is that the axle's always bent.
Mm-hmm. They still do.
Within like 20 minutes of play.
Yeah, they still do. I can't remember what the name of the documentary was. I watched on one of the streaming services, and they were discussing the toys of that time, that era, because 75 onwards, and that whole aspect of merchandising to go with films. And,
it started
you know,
huge.
like, yeah, it was really cool. And how they talked about, you know, quite often the US would purchase the rights to toys that were being brought out in Japan and bring them into, you know, the US under different names, and that whole situation. It was all intertwined, and unfortunately, destroyed a few of the dreams that I'd had when watching shows and realizing those were not the toys from the right show.
Yeah. And in the chat, we had Frames Jenkins, shout out to Frames Jenkins in the chat. He threw out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know if you guys, I know you guys are a little bit older than me, but like when I was a kid, you know, because I'm 34, like those were like, they had the shells where you could open them up. And I remember because I traded a bunch of other, you know, that's how you barter toys when you don't have enough to buy them, you know what I mean? And I remember I traded Hot Wheels for Legos and Legos for these, and eventually got my hands on these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know if you guys remember the shells, but they were the coolest because you could lift them back and they'd rotate out their heads. So it'd be like, Happy Donatello, angry Donatello. And then you had one that looked like he had like he got hit by a truck because it didn't print right, you know, because everything was made in China. Well, it's still made in China, but like it came out. And then you had Donatello that needs to talk about his anxiety. You know what I mean?
Prozac Donatello.
Yeah. Here's the new Ninja Turtle volume.
There's a I don't know how old this series is, but there's a new TMNT, or not new. There is a recent TMNT series, and I watched it with Albert, and it is like dark, proper dark, almost adult viewing. And Albert got scared, and we had to turn it off. And I was like, I don't blame you. This is dark.
Have you ever read the original comics?
A little bit.
The TV show, because they are not for kids.
They're gruesome.
Anyway.
No.
There's like blood and guts everywhere.
They're dirty, gory, nasty, adult only, on the top shelf type stuff. Yeah. And you could tell because they're in black and white.
Yeah. I remember sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Why with Big G? The Toys That Made Us. That's the one. That's the one. Absolutely worth watching it. If you know some of the toys from that time zone, or even if you don't, it's very, very interesting.
Well, shoot, most of the comics... Sorry, go ahead, Steve.
There is some weird stuff that happened there, too. I'm not sure how... I think I've seen that show, but I can't remember. It's been a while. But there were a bunch of toys that were made, and then we create a show around it just to sell them.
Mm-hmm.
But even weirder, there was toys that were popular in Japan that came from a show, but they couldn't bring the show to the States, so they made a whole new show to sell the same toys. So now there's two mythos. There's the American version, and there's the Japanese. Power Rangers is actually one of the shows that comes from that sort of concept. The original Power Rangers is totally different from the re-edited version.
Yeah.
Can I just say, it's really weird to have headpieces in.
Only you're making it
awkward. My voice
awkward.
echoes in my head. It is awkward. It is really awkward. My voice comes out, it goes back in, it bounces around, and I get confused, and I can't tell if it's me or you, or the other voices.
No, it's not. Eastman and Lard, wow, you're bringing back some memories from my comic collecting days. I haven't heard those two names in a long time, but Frame's going, the comics are even more intense. God, I guess the kids are ready for it, though, these days. Kids are a little bit different in this generation, aren't they? Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, even in, like, back in the day, a lot of comics were really gruesome and gory. It's just, like, you didn't really realize it because a lot of people stuck to, like, Spider-Man and X-Men and shit like that, you know? But, like, if you go back and, like, if you look at, like, the original, like, DC stuff with Batman and stuff, like, that Batman, I'm surprised, adapted so well to mainstream. I mean, I get it, but, like, they had to change so much. You go back and look at the original stuff, it's literally, like, he's almost, like, sticking his junk in, like, people's skulls, how bad he's killing them, you know what I mean? And it's like, ugh. You know, and I get it, like, his parents died in front of him, got shot, so of course he's got some issues, but shit, you know, like...
Yeah. Well, Batman's got, like, a really weird history, because the original runs of Batman are exactly like you said. They're dark, they're dirty, they're gritty, they're quite violent, and then we get the Comics Code Authority, and everything changes in the States, and it gets really sanitized and clean, and it becomes more and more almost cartoony, almost like the image of Superman, and then we get, what's his name? He did The Killing Joke. Alan Moore.
Yeah.
That era. And then all of a sudden, it went so far dark. Like, completely, like, as far as you could go. And even DC were not really comfortable with what he was doing.
I remember the Frank Miller time, too.
Yeah. So it's been swinging back and forward. I mean, the core of the character is dark. And they keep bringing him back to sort of, like, cartooniness, and then... some new writer comes in going, no, that's not Batman. Let me kill his mother and then fuck her in the ear. You know?
And I think that, like, it's been one of the most adapted and changed stories in, like, comic history is, like, Batman for sure, because, like, there's every writer or director on whether it's a comic or it's a cartoon or it's a live action has been different. I will say though, like, no matter how you feel about it, because I do think he's a great actor and other stuff, Ben Affleck Batman is great value Batman, and I'm just not here for it.
Yeah.
It's like you did Daredevil and that was terrible. You should have known. You know, it made you break... Like, you divorced your wife after that movie. Like, you should have known.
Who's Christian Bale? Christian Bale?
Christian Bale is, like, one of the best ones. I did like the old ones when, what is it? I know, like, they're cheesy, but, like, they were cartoony, and I like that was the ones with George Clooney, and they had Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, they had, like, the all-star cast. They had the Penguin was Danny DeVito. Oh, it was cringy.
No.
But it was good for like what it was worth. Back then, that was almost like a steampunk to the '90s. But like before a steampunk, it was like kind of like a retro, almost futurist. I don't know.
There'll never be another Batman as good as Adam West. The ultimate Batman.
I don't know about that. Except for his dancing, and he was doing the
Yeah.
I always remember that as him dancing in the crazy LSD party. Yeah, indeed. Someone said before about action toys. Was it Advocate for Libby? Amigos and Co. action figures. I said I wanted a Gumby body with a. I didn't say it, but I probably have a bobblehead on a Gumby body. What would yours be? Anyone?
Unfortunately, I guess mine would be a guy. It would be Trailer Park Tom, and I'd have a sleeveless shirt, bad tattoos, and I'd just be myself. I'd be like a Joe Dirt action figure without the luscious locks. That or like an emo kid.
If you could get an action figure of Yosemite Sam and just put a vape in his hand,
Nice.
that's pretty much me.
Yosemite Sam. See, I haven't watched any of that for a long time. Yeah, long time.
Yeah.
Speaking.
See, I gotta agree. Greg Wombassi, Cesar Romero, best Joker ever.
Yeah.
And I watched Joker, the movie. I wasn't expecting much. I was blown away. It was very, very good. Really liked the take they went on that. But Cesar Romero is still the best Joker.
So then, obviously,
Especially with the paint over the mustache because he refused to shave it off. Best part ever.
Is that true?
Yeah. If you go back and watch it, you see like it's all white flecked mustache because they just put the paint on top of it.
Yeah, right. Interesting.
Looks awful. It's great.
Looks awful. Great.
so obviously, then you weren't a big fan of like these era movies. But then, how would you feel about like a mainstream Riddler coming back since they haven't done it since Jim Carrey?
A Riddler? I think they need to like go poach from Marvel and take all that stuff and put it into the DC and then do DC right. I'm not against DC, but they've got to do it right. The right balance. There's humor in DC. There's darkness in DC, and you need to blend those together and then have character driven through the middle. And
They've kind of become dry as like a New York Post cartoon, or not a New Yorker cartoon,
Yeah, DC either tries to go completely wacky stupid with no character, no heart, and very little actual consequences, or it's gritty for the sake of gritty. There's no substance to the movies recently, whereas DC tends to balance those things out a bit more. Or not DC, Marvel.
I will say though, they do it well by making every new DC movie look like every very first X-Men movie. All Fox movies look the same, and it sucks because like they have the Marvel Legacy movies on Disney Plus now, and I was like, okay, I'll toss those up. And anytime you watch them, the intros are always the same. If a Fox Studio's done it, it's a zoom in and turn on something all the time, and like it just all looks the same.
I'm so sorry. But Mowgli just blew my mind. Mowgli Vapes says new season of American Gods is starting in a week. If you guys haven't seen that, 2 seasons so far and a new season coming, it is fucking phenomenal. And if you have ever read anything by Neil Gaiman, it's definitely worth getting into. American Gods, Amazon Prime. It is all the gods of history are still here, fucking around with humanity with more or less power. It's really twisted. It's a bit of a mind fuck. It's a bit acidy. Really, really good show.
Why have I never heard of that?
I've never heard of it either.
Yeah.
It's worth checking out.
Interesting.
Put it this way. I know that when this is done, I'm going to go tell my wife. She's going to squee. She's going to clap her hands.
Squee.
She's definitely going to squee. And whatever we're watching, you've never heard that term before?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I just never heard it in context.
Yeah. She's going to squee. And whatever we're watching, the day that comes out goes on pause till we're finished the new season. We will binge the fuck out of it because it's that good. It's also got that guy, and I can't remember his name. He played Al Schweringen on Deadwood, if you've ever seen that. He's English. He's fucking phenomenal. But he plays Zeus, basically.
Nice.
He's cool. Very cool.
I think I must be watching more vanilla series. I'm waiting for Ozark to return. I'm waiting for Killing Eve to return. I'm waiting for Handmaid Tale, whatever that's called. I'm waiting for those ones all to return. Can't wait. Can't wait.
I started Ozark and I got like 6. I mean, I persevered. I got like 6 or 7 episodes in. It was just like I felt like I needed a shower. Like I just felt sweaty, like and tired. It's like, wow, the last 2 episodes, nothing happened, but I'm tired from it. What are you talking about? It was just slow. And here's the thing, I love Bateman in everything I've ever seen. Like since I was a kid, like you turn on a TV show and he would be on something as the guest of the week or whatever. I was like, he's so much better than his sister. Like I love his acting. I love his everyman in weird circumstances spiel, I guess. But yeah, I just couldn't get into Ozark.
Speaking of TV shows, I don't know if you guys have seen it. I've been exploring more on Hulu, but they have a show called Future Man, and it's basically about this kid that plays video games, and then the video game, he beats this really hard video game, and then the characters come to life, and they come out of the TV, and like I'm not gonna give away too much, but they gotta save the world basically, you know, from the future. And it's like I'm not saying it's like greatest quality show, but as far as like kind of almost slapstick comedy, but not, it's pretty good. So if anyone in the chat like watches gaming, like it's a game, it's a good thing to check out. But I'll be honest with you, with like I have like every streaming service. There's not much I want to watch, and like I've tried watching Ozarks, and I'm with Steve, man. I don't like him in that role.
I like him in just about everything he's done, and I respect him trying to do something not so slapstick and silly. But it's the whole thing. Just didn't grab me.
Yeah, interesting.
On the other hand, Wire Talk with Big G's mentioning Tales from the Loop on Amazon, and that is awesome. And that's one of those shows that you can take your time with. Like you watch an episode, you can binge 3. They do sort of tie together, but there's no thread. Every story is standalone, so just a weird, twisted future world.
Yeah. And Krusty in the chat also threw out a good one, but we're not gonna get into it because like I hate when people spoil stuff, and I know some people wait. The Mandalorian though is great. If you guys, I'm pretty sure Steve has been watching. I'm sure Adam's watching it. But
I'm only I haven't finished it yet. So,
yeah, no spoilers.
Please, no spoilers.
But yeah, it's good.
We're waiting to get Disney when WandaVision and all that stuff comes out. Then we'll get it.
Yeah. And
then I'll backtrack and catch up on Mandalorian.
Yeah. That's the best way to watch it because like I don't know how people can go, like I understand how like you're used to it growing up, but I'm so spoiled now with like I wait till a whole season if something's out and then I watch it all within like 2 days, you know, like because like with some shows you just don't want to wait, and it brings me back to like my teen days of watching like the OC, as sad as that is, but you know.
California.
No, but yeah.
Oh, that was a question I did not need to know. But it matches your hair.
Yeah, so we were talking about it before the stream. I want to give you guys a little preview because I'm pretty sure I'm just going to go shave it all off this week. It's been 4 months, guys. Emo Vandal is fucking coming back, and we're going to the Black Parade, and we're going to like do stuff for like sad people. Okay.
Can we go to Hot Topic on the way? Is that all right?
Hot Topic's not cool anymore. We only shop online where they only do it from vegan sheep, you stupid head. But yeah, how you do, fellow kids? You guys know where I could buy some marijuana? It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It was funny because I wanted to do it tonight because like on the show, the Lethal Coil show. By the way, I didn't mean to skip that. We did the New Year show. Adam was there, and like we had a bunch of people. Frames and them were there, and like a bunch of people. And my buddy that I know in real life was watching it, you know, and he's like, "Man, I thought it was gonna be a crazy night when you pulled out the wig, but like you didn't get that crazy." And I was like, "What wig? What are you talking about?" It's when I was showing off my hair. It's not a wig. Unfortunately, I am. Very sadly looking like you guys remember what happened to Aaron Carter after like he did all the drugs and got neck tattoos? I look like Jonathan Taylor Thomas from Home Improvement after the music, you know what I mean? Like it's pretty bad.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That show. There was a little bit of rowdiness, a little bit of seriousness, a bit of fun. There was a lot going on, and very grateful for Lethal and
Anthony Romello.
Anthony Romello. Thank you very much. For putting that on. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I think that was actually more exciting than the Australian New Year's Eve. So that was good chops.
Yeah,
good fun.
So, I know we're coming up to about an hour, about an hour. I know Monday is usually a thing, but I was going to tell a short story and do a quick giveaway, and it's something that's different than what we've always given away before. I showed Adam before the show, but I think it'd be something cool because you guys can't find it anymore. So anyways, I was going through the house and cleaning some stuff, and I went and I found my illegal Tinder that I stole from Afghanistan when I went. So if you guys know who this is Saddam Hussein, right? He was the leader of Iraq forever, and then they found him in a hole looking like he was jerking off for 30 years like Rip Van Winkle or some shit. Anyways, he's a dead dictator. When I was overseas in Afghanistan, I was able to go to bazaars and stuff because I was traveling all around the country sometimes, and then we go visit local populaces. And the bazaar is basically, if you're an American, a swap meet, and if you're from other parts of the world, you know what a bazaar is because you're not an American. Just so everyone breaks it down to miles per eagle, it's 7. Anyways, you go in there and they have stuff from all over the region, right? It's the Middle East. So they had dead commie soldier Russian uniforms and stuff from the 70s you could buy, but we're not allowed to buy any uniforms of other militaries. You're not even supposed to buy some currency and stuff, but there's some rules you can break and get away with. Anyways, I was going around traveling a lot, and I was able to come across this, and it's legal Tinder, and it has the watermarks and stuff. But the cool thing about this is, and this is what we're going to give away tonight, I'm going to give away 2 of these, and it's worth maybe $50 each, an American. So I'm not giving them to you to sell, but I'm giving them to you to collect and then wait 20 years so that when all of us GOW veterans start getting nostalgic, you can sell it back to us on eBay for thousands. No. But anyways, I was in the bazaar one day, and I was walking around, and the Afghanis, they really like clicky pins. I'm not joking. I'm not trying to be funny like I usually am. I'm dead serious. They love clicky pins. So, of course, on our uniforms, we had this little spot that you could put pins in. So I go in the bazaar one day, and I usually carry Red Bulls with me because energy drinks are like gold over there, too. So I was expecting to go in, and I bought a bunch of knockoff watches all the time, thinking I was going to trade a couple Red Bulls for some, watches and shit, and maybe buy some shit. Anyways, this guy's like, nice pins, man. Nice pins, bro. I want to buy those pins from you. I was like, oh, I'm not going to sell you my pins, it's just pins. So anyways, I was buying some of that regular Afghan currency. And this is what it looks like. It's very small, and it says DA Afghanistan Bank. For some reason, it's in Deutsch. I don't know. Anyways, so I was looking at the money. He's like, well, hold on. I got the secret stuff. Maybe you'll trade for the pins and buy some money. I was like, all right. So this fool pulls this out, and this is what I was able to find just in this drawer when I was cleaning. But I have about 10 stacks this big of Saddam Hussein money. So you're not supposed to keep that stuff when you come back home. You're supposed to, you can't keep, it's an ex-dictator money, it's a different country's money and all this stuff. If you do anything, you have to claim it, but you can only carry a certain amount. So if you added it all up in American dollars, what I had was probably around 40,000 American, and if you added up in Saddam Hussein money when it was worth anything, about $500,000 worth of Saddam Hussein money. So I get all packed up to go leave and do all this stuff, right? And so they're like, I didn't even think about this beforehand because I had a bunch of these watches, but I was sending them home one by one, in the mail. So I forgot I had all this fucking money stocked up in the bottom of my fucking locker, looking like an Afghan drug lord. And I was like, shit. So anyways, I rolled up certain amounts of it in my socks. If you're in the military, you know this. Sean in the chat should know. A couple other people, I think. You roll your socks and you pack them or you put them anywhere. So I rolled up 200 pairs of socks that had a certain amount of money so that when I went through an x-ray, it wouldn't be enough to trigger it. Anyways, we fly to Manas Air Base in Russia out of Afghanistan. We have to go through customs. It's ran by the military, but we're Army, they're Navy. So we don't have any cool points here, you know what I mean? No bumping shoulders, elbows, getting by. So I was like, fuck, I'm screwed. I could go, this is like a federal offense. Anyways, so here I am incriminating myself so no one watches this, so no one's going to know. So, anyways, I was doing that, and I was going through, and I was like, fuck, the x-ray machine. I had my duffel bags up there. I was like, crap. I was like, I don't know what to do. So I went up there, and he's like, all right, next, and you walk with your bag, so if something's wrong, they take you with it, right? And so it's kind of lax though. It's in a trailer looking thing and all this stuff. So we get up there, and I start talking to the guys like, yo, man, it must be crazy being in the Navy, being in the middle of the desert, right? And I somehow got him lucky enough to complain so much about the Navy, because if you're in the military, it's just common courtesy to complain about your service to other people. That's just how you communicate. And I was able to distract him for a good solid 5 minutes while my stuff went through, so he didn't watch the screen, and it got through. And I was like, all right, oh my God, thank God. I was sweating bullets, I was shitting bullets, all this stuff. And so I was like, damn, this is crazy. Get to the United States, they did it again. I don't know how, But I guess they just weren't paying attention, and the good old USA, it was like, made in America breaks first. They never found it, so I got lucky enough I had it. So anyways, like I always say on the Friday Fallout, long story short, we're giving away 2 of these bills from Saddam Hussein in the chat. Type your X1s now, and I'm going to mail this out this week. But yeah. So
you know that when you mail them out, whoever receives them is going to jail.
Yeah, so you will be guilty by design. But, at least you'll have something cool in your pocket,
That's... wow.
Yeah. So when I was
I'm
overseas, I was a single guy. I didn't have anything going on. I didn't have any bills back home, and all the money was kind of like I shouldn't have, but I wasted quite a bit of money. You know what I mean? And so I bought a bunch of stupid shit I didn't need. Like I wasn't joking to you. Like when I was talking about buying watches, I probably sent home 200 watches that I either end up throwing away or giving away to friends. And that's the problem that I have. It's like now I'm in the States. Now it's Amazon. Like look at all these fucking lights I have for whatever reason. So someone just needs to like manage my money for me. But yeah.
Yeah. That is crazy. Very cool. From Great Wombatsky and Overdrip on the money there. That goddamn story. That's out of control. Oh dear.
But yeah, so I figured there'd be something cool to give away, and like we always do vape stuff giveaways, the stuff I always complain about. So I figured something a little bit more personal for me, and you'll get it out of my drawer.
The sock drawer.
Disposing of the evidence.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Ashton, you have no proof of that. You can't prove that, except for on the podcast. By the way, I think we have like 4/5 of the podcast in the chat. We'll do some vape community love right now. You guys go make sure you check out the ShedTimePodcast.com, where you can check out Overdrip. They got Frames Janklin over there, Ashton, and Mr. The Angry Hippie, Sean Typhon. It's a great show. I've been on it. I think Adam's been on it. I think Steve's been on it. And like it's always a great time and always mixed up with different stuff. You also, before our show on Mondays, you can check out Vaping with the Omies with Frames Janklin, with Poon Sauce McNasty. Today they even had Swags on. If you did mix it, go check the replay. He's my twin sister.
He's the much better looking sister.
Yeah, definitely. He looks like he grew up in a house with 2 parents. He's like Chick-fil-A chicken. Like they taste like it grew up with both parents. You know what I mean? Like,
oh wow. Yeah, there we are. Overdrip is saying, sub it up. I do believe that they have some giveaways for the sub counts when they tick over. Absolutely. They do have a great couple of giveaways. SoundCloud. It is shedtime.com?
ShedTimePodcast.com.
Thank you. Yep, shedtimepodcast.com.
I put it in the chat. It didn't hyperlink, but you can go ahead and do that. Check them out. Great people. Great times always. And they always throwing out different content. You can find anything on there.
Yeah, indeed.
But yeah, you guys toss in a couple more X1s, and then that's all I had for the whole night.
I've got something to admit, and I'm slightly ashamed, but I'm being sent a billet box with a couple of bridges so I can have a bit of a play. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm going there.
The world.
Well,
Fancy.
Certainly cannot afford to be purchasing that kind of things, but I'm being sent one to have a squeeze, have a little look-see, and see what all the fuss is about. So I'm a little bit excited. About that. That's my vague admission for the week.
So are you going to practice like coils for that or something?
They're sending a couple of bridges, which I guess one is kind of MTL specific, and the other one is something a bit rowdier. So I will, I'm a one-trick pony. I mean, aliens really is my trick. So I'm gonna try and make something that goes in it and have a bit of a squeeze. But I'm interested. No, Ashton, no, I'm not going down that hole. Thank you very much. But I'm excited because I just want to see what the the 18650 situation is about.
Yeah.
Because I've asked a few people how they like to vape them, and it's all over the shop. All over the shop. I guess that's the other thing. We're outside of billet box, like vaping devices. It's joules, it's cloudy, or it's semi-restricted, or it's restricted, or it's whatever. I mean, same's going on in billet box, but on a completely different scale. So I did have a look at stuff online though, and wow, people spend some money on the accessories. Like,
oh, dude, billet boxes are like the Benzes of vape gear, man. Like,
out of control.
Like you thought, purges are expensive, sure, but like billet boxes are like it's like the ones you'd wear in your suit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't
Yeah.
catch me like having this topside duel in like a 3-piece suit, you know. I would just look like instantly like a kid trying to like buy beer that's underage, you know.
I found a second-hand setup. I was just looking on some pages, and it was a second-hand setup, and the dude had it fully tricked out, and it was $900. $900. I'm sure that was like on the upper end of medium level of stuff, and I was just like, okay, that's 2 years old and second-hand, $900. Okay.
You just got to remember, you see these people with these really expensive mods, but you never see what they eat, and I'm sure whatever you are, it's way better.
Yeah, if they're eating it all.
Ashton says refinance your house.
Yeah.
You could probably
So
get like a loan on that, like you'd finance a car.
I don't drink, so my liver is probably in a good condition. I could probably sell the liver. Yeah, do that.
That's worth it.
It's worth it. I got another one. That's fine.
Yeah, you got spares.
That'll probably also mean that I can drop my milligrams of nicotine because I'm probably not able to process that much. So I could go down to 1.
Apparently, if you don't sell the whole thing, it eventually grows back.
Is that right? Yeah.
Or is that your kidney? It would be important to
We'll
know
give it
which
a
one
go.
is which.
Whichever
One
one
of
it is,
them,
it
one of
doesn't
them will
matter.
grow back.
Wait, I don't what? I don't think so. Like that fast?
Yeah. No, not fast. It'll take a while.
Yeah, but
it's
I
the
mean, like,
starfish thing.
I'm not even trying to be mean here, but I think you guys are well past the point of donating body parts and being okay and regenerating them. I'm just saying.
I think I'd be more in the market for buying body parts than
Yeah.
selling them.
That's fair.
Anyone got any new spinal columns? I could replace that. Knees, elbows, just keeping the beard.
You just gotta get one of
that
those
might be-
suits, man, like a mech suit, and you can walk around stomping, and then every time you walk around, it just plays like Legion sent me.
Yeah.
But with an echo. No.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna toss these X ones in the chat. All right. See, I didn't even mean to say that. It just comes out, man.
A little bit of talk of MTL aliens and K-funds and all that sort of thing. Absolutely. Yes, straight up in that. K-fund, worth it. Expensive, but worth it.
Oh, my
Yeah.
random.
See, Ashton there is throwing out. He says, just get a puff bar. They're about as addicting, I hear. So I'm waiting for Ashton to start powder coating puff bars.
So
He
When's that
did.
gonna happen?
Not a puff
Is it
bar,
in
but
there?
I'm pretty sure he powder coated. Was it a Caliburn or was it a Smock one or something like that? I'm pretty sure I've seen him do one. And the discussion of trying to get the battery back in and get it. Was that was you, Ashton, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure, because I'm not going to lie, I know that Steve's going to hate me for it. I was like, I wonder what it would take to get Ashton to powder coat one of my Caliburns.
Why would I hate you for that?
Because it's a pot and it's douchey to get this. I think that may because I don't not that it's douchey to get that done to your stuff, but I'm getting it done on a device I paid $12 for, and so I'm sure the powder coat's going to be more than that. And it's a pod. I just thought Steve would have made fun of me. Wow, I am very unsatisfied right now with the lack of hate here. You know.
No, man. Do what you want.
Fucking. You know what? I'm gonna quit the show.
Done.
Look, I've said it before. If it wasn't for the shipping costs, I would be shipping every single piece of metal in my house to Ashton. I've got film gear. I've got clamps and grips and camera cages and all that stuff. It would all be shipped to him. My house would be like a Technicolor barf everywhere because I just randomly pick colors. Make that one pink to purple and that one green and add some specs on that one. Everything would be beautiful.
And we need to start a GoFundMe for Ashton so he can get a laser engraver to take his coating to the next level. That's I'm just putting it out there. That'd be banging. Yeah.
All right, folks, let's go ahead and get this in. We're about to hit 2 minutes to the hour. So, since I've got a handful of these, I'll send out 2 sets of 2. We'll do 2 winners tonight because you know what? What am I going to do with it? I'm not going to start a drug ring. Heroin's at an all-time low. No, I'm kidding. Poppy seeds in Afghanistan, a lot of people don't understand. I'm not really doing drugs. I'm too fat. So, Adam...
Not really.
Not real drugs. Marijuana is a gateway to the couch. So, I tell you what, I've never smoked a joint and said let's hit up the plug. So, anyways, Adam, you each pick
Yes.
one number, and we'll have Steve pick the second one in between 1 and 409.
211.
Oh, 211. Wire Talk with Big G.
Yeah.
Oh!
Wire Talk with Big G. You get these, and then the next one, Steve, you choose the number between 1 and 409. I think I know.
7.
You son of a bitch.
7.
And the second one is Poon Sauce McNasty.
Oh, spoon sauce. Very
Mr.
nice.
Poon Sauce. So yeah, you guys, I know you both are on social media. Hit me up on IG, whether the Amigos page or my personal page at Chris Vandal, Amigos & Co. You know where to find me. Send me your name, mailing info, social security number, and the last 4 of your credit card, and I'll have these sent out by the end of the week. I'm also going to be sending out the prizes this week from the Lethal Show. We gave away a Mechmon, an RDA, Rebel Recoil, and we also gave away some Breestones MTLs, and then Breestones gave out one set. And so I just want to make the reason I'm bringing it up. So I want to point out there's some love in this community, guys. And if you guys ever feel like there's so much love here between all of us, and we're starting a new year. Let's do it good. Let's start a great year. You know what I mean?
100% indeed. Yeah.
But yeah,
Just before he won, Wire Talk with Big G said he never thought about sending stuff to Palmer to get his powder coated. He's got a Shure SH55 microphone. You guys have seen those. Those are the ones that look like the grill of a front car, the great big silver shiny things like Elvis would use. Getting one of those powder coated, if you put your time and thought into that pattern, that would just be sick. Absolutely.
It would be banging. Yeah, absolutely. And you could fully take all of the internals out and just get that grill. Yeah, you could. Yeah. Awesome. Congrats.
And it looks like, from what I see here, Ashton Palmer saying he's dreamed of doing old mics. There you go, guys, work together. I'm glad that I threw out a thought and you guys are going to go do it and I get nothing out of it. But yeah, no, awesome.
and
It's inappropriate, Stephen.
Of course it is. I'm nothing but inappropriate.
Yeah. Candy, red, and gold. Absolutely.
Iron Man. It's the Iron Man look. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Just don't make it look like Ben Affleck's Batman, and everything will be okay. I gotta tell you, the boobs on his outfit are bigger than Wonder Woman's. All right, that's it. We hit the hour, guys. You guys want to send out some shout outs, some love, show everyone where they can find you, your OnlyFans, all that good stuff.
I'll go first. Big love to everyone in the chat and everyone watching the replay. Really appreciate you giving up your time because, we just appreciate it. You can, if you're interested in trying some dodgy Australian coils, you can get my coils from localvape.com in the US. Steel Valley Vapors, Lucid RDA, the Rising Phoenix Vapory. There are some other stores that I don't know of because I'm not sure where they went, but there are some brick and mortars around in the US, in Australia, Victory Vape, and also the Geelong Vape Co. For the European situation, Local Vape will ship international. I'm sure some of the other fine folks will ship for you as well. I'm on the case of something, so they may be available in Europe very soon. Very exciting, but more news to come up on that soon. And there's some other things coming out this year. This year is a little bit exciting. There's a few things going on, and that's enough shilling from me. Steve?
As for me, I have my usual show tomorrow morning, so come have a coffee with me if you're up that bright and early. Other than that, the rest of the week, got a couple more reviews lined up, and then Sunday we're coming back to the Aussie Vape Show. I'm not sure if we have a guest this week or not. We're still ironing that out, but it's always a good time on Sunday, and it brings me back to next week and this show. So, same old stuff for me is what I'm saying. Same old stuff: reviews, products, live streams, and telling Adam not to be so hard on himself. You make awesome clothes.
Shut up.
Kick-ass clothes.
They are.
Best clothes in the land.
Yeah, in the lands, all the lands. Yes. We do have. I am working on something for Sunday. This whole conversation in the last couple of weeks around cotton and that whole thing. I'm talking with a manufacturer of cotton and hoping to get them on the show, which would be a really interesting conversation if they say yes. So it's looking okay at the moment, but we'll see. So that could be really cool. Aussie Vape Show on Sunday.
Or 2 hours of discussing wicking. with
Nope.
Adam.
I'll also make sure you guys check out the bacon roll video if you haven't, which I think all of you have, because the support Adam got on that was amazing. And it's the first time we've created.
And he deserves it.
And he deserves it. It's pre-recorded content we've had on the channel for the first time in like 2 years, and Adam killed it. So I wanted to say thank you to Adam for doing that for the channel, because otherwise we just get on here and normally go live. Not that it doesn't take some work, but the fact that that did take some effort, and it helped a lot of people.
It's 100% the respect for people who create content and do that, the editing and that whole time frame. I have nothing but respect for content creators who do that. That is out of control hard. So that was a bit of fun. Yeah, a bit of fun to do.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll sign out with what I got. We'll be back for the Friday Fault this week. You'll catch me, Anthony Ramella, Quartles, maybe Glenn. We'll see where he's at. But other than that, we'll have our usual segments. We're going to have Meme of the Week. We've been bringing that. Oh, we started it. It's going to be good. I think I might bring back a tinfoil hat time for this week. The reason why we haven't been doing it in a while is because our channel did one of our, not just one, but a handful of our videos for the Friday Fallout got flagged for saying conspiracy theory stuff, which means that YouTube has organic scanners that don't actually read the context. So if you go back on old videos, you can see where under, like, I named one lizard people, and it was like like when we do tinfoil hat time, it's just joke. It's never serious. We're not like, we don't believe in this stuff. But now they're putting descriptions of the conspiracies of that I've talked about on the shows on our channel, which goes to show we've made it enough that YouTube thinks we're putting out enough information to hit masses. So thank you for that, YouTube. Other than that, I'll be doing a game. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we're also on the list now from the feds are watching.
If they haven't been watching, you guys are definitely watching after hanging out with me. But yeah, we'll do a gaming stream this week too. I don't know if it'll be Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm gonna try and do it Wednesday. Last week we did Tuesday because I had a buddy on that. That was the only time he was available. But I'm gonna keep it on Wednesdays in the morning time because there's so much going on every day of the week. It's hard to find something to do. But other than that, yeah, we'll catch you on the Friday Fallout. And thank you for being here. You guys are beautiful people. Beautiful people.
Yes.
Proper thank you.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see you next Monday. And you guys have a good